Hi, welcome to Abby's Den. I'm Abby. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this heart pillow. So let's go over what we need. I have my machine set at 4-thread overlock. On this needle, so that's the left needle, I've got an embroidery thread. It has a little bit of a sheen to it. Now, you're asking, why have I used a different thread in there? And the reason is, when you stuff a pillow, what happens, it depends on how much stuffing you like in there. I don't overstuff them because I like a little bit of cuddliness to them. But some people do like them quite stuffed. So that what happens is there's a lot of pressure building up between the two sides and the stitches occasionally are exposed. So if you're one of those people who likes it really stuffed, then use something that's a little bit shinier so that if the stitches do become exposed, that you'll see something that matches and ties in with the fabric that you're using. I decided to use a thinner thread on my overlocker. So that myth of all the threads have to be the same is nonsense, and you can use different threads. So the fabric I use has got to be shorter than the zip I use. When you're working with silky fabrics like this, use one sheet at a time. Don't try to make it difficult for yourself. Let's draw it on the wrong side. It's about there. I'm going to put a mark there and draw a line. So I'm about ½ an inch out, so that's about 1 centimetre out. So from that halfway line, and leave about 1 centimetre down at the bottom, and that's going to give me space for the zip to sit. Okay, I'm going to fold this in half again here, and I'm going to mark that. And what I'm going to do now is place a curve here. So I'm going to place the curve around there. I'm going to go about halfway point there. Okay, and then bring the heart down about 1/4 again. Right, and if you're happy with that shape, which I think I am roughly, I'm going to just cut that out. And this zip is going to sit dead center there. So grab just one of the pieces and cut in the middle. There we go. Like that. And we're going to place the zip face down on one side so that when it comes up open, we'll have the pull on the outside. So lay it face down like that. This is really long zip, much longer than it needed to be. And place the pins on the opposite side. Don't place them on the tape nearest the edge. Place them on the tape on the other side of the zip coils. And place one near the top there. Just make sure it's all lined up. Let's just check. That's all lined up there. I'll place another pin on that one. There we go. And we serge down there. So here's my heart. I'm going to place the zip. Make sure that I'm starting above the fabric. Lift the presser foot up. Make sure the needles are up and out of the way. And then just push the zip so it's lined up with the knife in there. And I can see that I'm sort of lined up above there. If I put the needles in just to hold that in place and put the presser foot down, I can stitch, and those pins are well out of the way. keep going. It's further than you think it is, so I'm going to carry on until I get further down. And then I'm going to stop there. Bring your needles up, bring your presser foot up, and let's pull this out and chain off at the same time. Let's pull those pins out. This fabric's very curly. And then, can you see how that zip sits beautifully inside there? Perfect. Right, I'm going to press that down so it stays steady, and then I'm going to pin the other side down. So pull the fabric as you press that zip down, and then make sure you use a clapper to help you press that to give you a nice crisp finish, just like that. Let's go and sew the other side. There we go. What we want to do is make sure we flip that on the right space. So what I'm going to do is flip the heart and place it exactly on top of the heart there, like that. And then, so place the heart exactly on top of the other side, and then, do you know, all we need to do is shimmy that over to that side, and you can see now why I kept the bottom square. Okay, same again. We're not putting the pins on that side of the tape, we're putting them on the opposite side. And make sure you pop the pins well out of the way so the foot of the overlocker doesn't snag them. So needles out, presser foot is up. Let's shimmy that into place. This time I can see the heart. Press the needles, the presser foot down and the needles to start. Let's go. When you come to the end, just lift your needles up, press the foot up, and let's pull this out carefully and chain off. Right, let's take those pins out. So we're going to lay the zip side down like that, and we place the back or the front exactly in place like that. Make sure all the edges are aligned. Right, what we need to do is have a turning hole. So the turning hole needs to be somewhere along either the sides or the middle. And because it's a zip, we can have that turning hole in the middle. So I need to open the zip. Before I open that zip, what I'm going to do is place a couple of pins to hold that zip steady, so that when I open it, it's not going to be misshapen. So let's place that zip there, make sure it's all lined up like that, and then open the zip. It's stiff. And if I just keep that steady for a moment, what I can do now is just place a couple of pins there to hold the fabric to the tape like that. and just work your way down. Careful not to injure yourself. Okay. And there we go. Just make that line up like that. Now those pins are very close to the edge, so I will need to stop. So when I come to serge this, Serger only allows straight lines. It doesn't always work into corners easily. So what you have to do is create a straight line. So I have to tilt this heart round like this, keep my zip like that, and can you see how I formed a straight line? That's what we need to do when we get to the serger. So pretty much all of it's straightforward. So I might start here, go straight off, snip that zip away and carry on all the way round, and then when I get here, bring the fabric round like that, hold the zip teeth steady, and then sew straight across like that. Okay, let's go for it. I'm just going to start here. Let's start here. Right, so needles are up, presser foot was up, pop that in, and then don't pull. Can you see what happens when I pull? The fabric stretches. Just keep it all nice and relaxed. I'm lifting it up there, and I'm going to just go slowly. I'm going straight to the middle of the zip. Just serge off there, and we start again there. Okay, so we're coming up to the top curve, like that. What we want to do is bring this curve round, so it's like a straight line, and you'll need to work and manipulate the fabric so it sits up there like that. So can you see how we've got like a straight line going down? Pull these zip teeth together so they sort of hug, and then just work your way slowly through this. Now you're going to have to make sure you remove those pins. Don't forget those pins. And then just manipulate it so that they all come together. It looks pleated and it looks quite heavy, but just take your time over this. And the only thing you need to be cutting is the zip. And then start going round the curve slowly again. And when we get to the bottom of the zip, we're just going to come straight off. Make sure the zip's sitting flat. Like that. I'm going to snip that there, and I'm going to then go back up that side. I'm going to go over the first few stitches that I started with, and then needles up, presser foot up, and trim that away, and there we go. So there's our zip sewn. Curve that round, and happy Valentine's Day.